Hello. I hope you guys can hear me. I wanted to. I'm a little bit uncomfortable, actually. I woke up this morning and I had like hundreds of requests on my Instagram, and I was confused. So I saw that a site on Instagram actually shared my YouTube video where I spoke about why white women are jealous of black women, and I quickly wanted to explain something about that because I read some of the comments. There are hundreds of comments, because apparently some people had the feeling, or somehow I give them the vibes that I'm putting my white ass nose into black people's business, and that's literally not the thing. The thing is that I made that video. Actually, the video was inspired by a TikTok of mine. I stitched. Hi, Nina. I stitched a TikTok video of a black girl saying, "Why do y'all hate black women so much?" So in my TikTok, which was just like literally 50 seconds, I explained that white women are jealous of black women, and therefore their jealousy results in hate. So one of my friends on TikTok, she was like, "Could you explain further?" So I was like, "Sure, but TikTok doesn't give me much room for that." So she said, "Oh, why not YouTube?" So I was like, "Oh, normally I don't really make English content on my YouTube, but well, why not?" So what I did was I did some research. I put some facts, some historical facts into that video. I explained why I said what I said, and I did say what I said. And I stand by that. I didn't ever have the feeling, or I don't ever have the feeling that what I said was inappropriate. No, it wasn't. It's the damn truth. I do know that truth hurts a lot. I do know that. And yes, I did get a lot of hate for that video, like a lot. I'm still getting a lot of hate, a ton of hate. That video has around, I think, 6,000 something comments on YouTube. My fellow snowflakes lost their shit over that video. And I knew the moment I uploaded it, I know what I said was going to kind of like get people angry, but I'm not bothered. So my problem is that some people think, or some people want to put it in a wrong context. Some people think that I'm talking to black people, or I'm talking about in any way trying to lecture black people, or whatever. But that's really like very, very far from where I'm. Oh, thank you so much, Mary. I don't want anybody to get this wrong. I've gotten a ton of love, and to God who made me, I appreciate all of you so much. Like, so many people reached out to me and told me their stories, and explained their feelings and what they've experienced. And I mean, I'm not bothered about people hating, because the people hating are usually white people, and we all know why white people hate. So that's not even the point. The point I'm really trying to clarify is that, first and foremost, I was taught by black people. I am still taught by black people. Anything I'm able to say or to research is because black people gave me the impulse and gave me the inspiration to learn about their own history. They made me understand white privilege. They made me understand why things are the way they are. It was the black woman that helps me, still up to today, helps me take care of my children's hair, understand my husband's struggle, understand what my children go through in a world that sees them as black on one hand and white on the other hand. You know, there are so many struggles they are going through that I wouldn't be able to understand if I didn't have a very strong support system of black people that are showing me their ways of life. So this is not even about cloud chasing, or about, I don't know. Some people think that putting yourself on the internet as a white person telling fellow white people that they're bloody fucking racist in any way gives you clout. I don't know why you people think, or why some people think that clout is such an important something. To me personally, I don't give a flying fuck. I don't care about likes. I don't care about views. My sole intention is that I want to make a change, because, and I know that sounds ridiculous because I'm just one person, but I deeply believe that every time you talk, someone listens. And I deeply believe that once you stop talking, people stop listening. So, and I furthermore believe that, and I know that white people listen to their own more than they do to black people, which is racism. I've explained that before. Not listening to black people about their own pain is racism. You're trivializing what black people are going through. You are also trivializing your own privileges. So I forgot what I wanted to say. Like I said, I don't know why some people, and usually this comes from white people too. They're like, oh, she's like being a pick-me for black people. She's like trying to get clout from black people. She blah blah blah. But you people are forgetting that I have 3 children that grow up in a predominantly white society that are being labeled as black. You people are forgetting that my white privilege does not extend to my children. You people are forgetting that once I leave the house with my children, society doesn't see us the same, don't label us the same. You forget that my privilege does not protect my children's identity. You people forget that the moment my children are racially being discriminated, attacked, labeled, profiled, I'm not in a position to help them, because society will not be like, oh, they are only half black, let's give them only half the treatment. Of course, I'm well aware of the fact that there is something like a light skin privilege, that my children have it easier in some areas of life because they are seen as the better black, because they are closer to white, all this kind of racist bullshit. I'm well aware of that. I know that they are on one hand not black enough to be black, and on the other hand not white enough to be white. My eldest son is 12. I do talk about these things with him. He knows that his identity, if it was in the white man's world, if there is a black person that's even more qualified than him, maybe in 10, 20 years from now, and he knows that he's more likely to get the job because of his light skin and because he has a white mother and he's seen as the better black. I'm even disgusted to say that, but that's just the way fucked up society is. He knows, even at the age of 12, he knows. And we are making sure that we are raising him to, whenever possible, make sure he steps down from that position and makes sure that dark-skinned black people get the stage they deserve, because that's what society does. We all know how many times has H&M or Zara or Zalando or Amazon labeled themselves about how Black Lives Matter to them, and then when they go and hire models, they hire the one that are closer to white features, that have bigger curly hair, or are just in general closer to the white side of society. And that's racism. We don't need to sugarcoat shit. That's racism. So at the bottom line, we know, I know, my children know, we are well aware of the fact that it is what it is. But still, at the end of the day, my children grew up in Germany, for those of you that don't know, and they are not seen as Germans. My son has countless times been complimented for his German skills. Meanwhile, German is the first language he ever spoke. So my children don't get to claim their whiteness in a white society. So that's why it's very difficult for them to associate and to claim the country they were born in when society doesn't give you the room to. But what I was trying to say is, let me just read the comments. Hold on. People don't like being exposed. That's why they want to silence you. Oh, I don't even think anybody's silencing me. I'm not important enough to be silenced. I think if somebody like Jane Elliott can be on public TV in America talking about how all white people are racist, then who the hell am I? So the world keeps spinning around, you know. I don't see myself as that important, as I'm worth of being silenced for. Does that make grammatical sense? I guess you get what I was trying to say. So, you know, the thing is not even, I respect your knowledge. Thank you. Thank you for always sharing and educating us on the real issue that's going on. Hida, I love Jane Elliott too. She's truly an idol. But on the other hand, that leads me to the next topic, because you just said story time, AC. Just say thank you for always sharing and educating us on the real issue that's going on. So what I was trying to say, the video that got shared on that side got like so many comments, and sent a request to be, come on girl. Waiting for Maya's connecting. Let's see. Hello. Can you hear or see me? I'm not sure. Oh, let's continue while she's coming. That's like you said, okay, and many other people said that too. Many other people on that comment, they were like, "Oh, thank you for speaking the truth, and we appreciate you speaking the truth," which is all fun. It's all fun and games, you know. But at the end of the day, nobody should be feeling the way nobody should feel the way should feel gratitude towards a white person. God damn it. Nobody should in any way feel the need to tell a white person, thank you for speaking out against the system we created. So the comments made me so uncomfortable in a positive and a negative way at the same time. They made me uncomfortable because I know that I shouldn't be getting these praises. I don't want these praises, you know. But at the same time, I cannot come up here and be like, oh, don't praise me. You know, I'm not a bitch that would be like, I'm not an ungrateful asshole. Of course, I appreciate your love. And of course, I appreciate when people tell me, there you go. There you go.
I did this on accident, but I'm glad I'm here now. I guess I gotta.
Yes. What's up?
What is up? I've just been listening, but I sent the request on accident. It wasn't on purpose. Then I tried to press cancel, but it went through. So, but I'm here. I can talk about whatever if you want.
It's actually the topic is what it is. You know, it's the same thing like it always is. I was just talking about how. Oh wait, somebody commented something. People of color, thank you, because there should be more white people speaking the truth. Plus, I've learned so much from you about my Black history. I love that, and I feel the love. Damn, I feel the love. But the problem is that, see, the point that not enough white people say it the way it is only proves my point that all white people are racist. Because if we weren't racist and if we truly believe that Black Lives Matter, why have we not corrected history? Why have we not whitewashed history? Why have we not paid reparations? Why have we not given Africa freedom? Why? You know?
I actually did a video on TikTok about this, and someone had said, like, I was like, it's equivalent to working a corporate job. Like, you're not gonna praise me for doing my job, you know? But he made the point of like a lot of like white people don't speak up, so we should praise them. Oh, did I lose you?
Ooh.
And I was like, well,
can't hear you.
I don't really think that that's accurate, just because you can't hear me. Can you hear me now?
Oh, it's hanging. It's like it's breaking.
Okay, hold on. Can you hear me now?
Yeah. Are you using your mobile internet?
I was, and then now I'm on Wi-Fi, but I don't know if it's any better.
Yeah, I think it's better now.
Okay.
Keep trying,
okay.
Though.
No, but I had made the point that like all white people assume that don't speak up for Black lives, just assume that Black Lives Matter and BLM, the movement, is anti-white, which isn't the case. And I was like making that point that like every person in the world knows that discriminating against someone based on the color of their skin is wrong. I don't care who you are. Even if you're white and you're unaware of like the racism in the back of your head, like you still know that the blatant point of racism is wrong. So speaking up about it is doing the minimum. And I didn't even realize that until I started
the bare minimum, like the bare minimum. Damn.
Yeah. But I didn't know growing up in the US, being raised by a white mom, like you taught me a lot of that on TikTok. So it's like I was like, oh, this is my mom. Adopt me.
Come.
I'm coming this weekend. So
yeah. So wait, somebody is
Thanks, man. You're adding what we already know because born and raised in Ghana, our history teachers are already lecturing most of us about whites. Yeah, but the thing is, what do Africans get taught about white people in Africa? Huh? I mean, I've been to Nigeria countless times, and the thing is that Nigerians have that notion that anything white is always like special, you know, like the after effects of colonialism and slavery are so damn present in Nigeria to an extent that it starts the moment you leave the plane to enter the country, and you are seen at the moment of migrating into the country where you do all your passport checkup and whatever, and people are like, oh, Oyibo, Onyocha, you know, what did you bring for us? And then they will be like, they know that white people are they're supposed to be rich, they're supposed to be educated. Meanwhile, we are in shit, man. We are in shit. Like I've seen fellow Germans in Nigeria, and they will be walking like this, you know. They'll have security guards, they have bulletproof cars. This people come back to Germany and they are plumbers, they are cleaners, they are no fucking body in Germany, but walking around like they own Africa. It's like, no, absolutely not. I've been almost everywhere in Africa, which is sad. It's sad. It's sad. But that's exactly what the white man did, showing us, giving us a false superiority.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
I got that right.
Superiority.
Yeah.
Sense of superiority. There we go.
Yeah. Wait, being taught at school and living in it are two different experiences. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, damn. Absolutely. And here, like in Germany, you don't need to think that anybody thinks or ever questions their whiteness. No, no. In Germany, we think white is the standard. We are like, oh, we are white. And then, like, there was some years back, Maybelline released a new foundation. So they made an advertisement in Facebook. So some people tagged me on that advertisement, and they released 3 shades of white. And I'm talking about 3 shades of white. So I commented and I was like, Maybelline, this is a shame. This is a damn shame. That comment got over 10,000 likes. And at the end of the day, people now came on that comment, oh, but I'm white and I can't find the foundation shade. And I'm like, excuse me, then you mix 2 whites. Even if you need to mix 2 whites, mix it. But how are black people going to find the foundation shade when all you're selling is 7,000 different shades of white? Are they going to mix white until it turns black? That's not possible. So the racism is so deeply rooted in our head that we don't even see it. And that's the point. Praising white people for doing the bare minimum.
And it didn't become easy for them to release 10,000 shades until Fenty did it. Until Rihanna.
Thank you. And who is Fenty? Is it not owned by a black woman?
Yeah, it's Rihanna. Mm-hmm.
So the whole wide world knew how to manufacture white and black shades, but nobody gave a flying fuck to do that until Rihanna, a black woman, came to do it and showed them how to do it. And then they were like, oh, so the market is there? Oh, the market is there? As if we didn't know before. No, black women don't wear foundation. I mean, your skin is, you know, TikTok. Which mom? Nina, are you still there?
Yeah, I'm here now. Okay, you were cutting in, but
yeah, no. It was like turning and turning and turning.
If you're talking about my mom, she doesn't have TikTok. She doesn't know how to work technology. I don't know, but
I don't even know how to work technology, honestly.
That's right there. It's my internet mom.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Well.
Oh, now you're
we do
spinning
it
again.
Like that, then let me just check if there are other comments. So now you came. So what were you saying before? You didn't finish, right? I interrupted you.
I don't know if I did. I think I did finish. I was just talking about how like white people get praised for doing like the bare minimum because everyone knows being racist is wrong. Everyone knows that, but the people that racism benefits don't want to speak up about it because they're so scared that like the system's going to fall apart and they're no longer going to get the benefits that they were freaking born with. Like white people colonize the whole world. There's nothing in the world that you can't have solely based on the color of your skin. Period. So why are you why do you think speaking up for the equality of Black people is going to hurt you in any way? Like, we're talking about going from being way beneath you to coming and being equal. None of your rights get lost in the sauce of
We
us
just
trying to
share
like
them with
make
the
it to
world.
here. You know what I mean?
That's like that, you know.
Yeah.
But I think
So that was just
what people don't understand is that sharing or like giving up those privileges also means that we have to give Africa unconditional freedom, and having Africa having unconditional freedom, which equals to passports being equal, currencies being equal, is financially not possible for us, because then that means we have to pay fair prices for oil, gas, for other resources, which how are we going to do that? We are fucking poor here. We have no resources. We have no technology, nothing. Even made in Germany is a damn fraud. So if we do this kind of thing, and if we actually be like, okay, let's share the privileges, you know, which is never going to happen. That's why when people ask me, oh, so what are we going to do? It's like, well, we are going to sit and watch Black people come and kill our asses one day, because you know, it's not, I'm sorry, but no freedom was ever given or handed over peacefully. And the way I'm seeing white people behaving is like they are not interested in giving Black people even equal rights. Something so like, I can't. It's so ridiculous that we are actually having the conversation whether Black people should be treated equally or not.
But it's
meanwhile,
in your brain. My mom was talking about this game, and I remembered playing it. I only went to German kindergarten, aber wer hat Angst vor dem schwarzen Mann?
Who is afraid of the black man? Yeah.
That was a game. I played it. And guess who was a Black man? Guess what? It's me. And then there was another little mixed kid in, Black child in the kindergarten class that I was in. And it was always us two. I mean, I don't think they did it on purpose, but I mean, like, knowingly, but like it was on purpose, but it wasn't, you know, like,
yeah.
But it's rooted, especially here with those like games and things. And it's, like you were talking to me about, in Germany, it's a lot more hush hush. In the US, it's not. Little kids at the end, God knows,
even
maybe like
in the US now, you people have the KKK, but we have the KKK that's literally everywhere. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
That's your connection.
No, you're fine.
Is not it, my love. I mean, like, you know, in America, you people have the KKK and they go around and wear hats, you know, so that people will not see them when they're holding their mad meetings and all that. But in Germany, I think if we would have something like this, our offices, our doctors' places, they will be empty, because I'm telling you, the bloody racists are everywhere. They are lawyers, teachers, policemen, doctors. They are everywhere, you know.
Yeah.
So the problem is that it's so deep, and it goes through every layer of society, every angle of the country is racist. There was a day a white woman asked me, why are you always angry? You're seeing racism everywhere. Like, I'm interpreting racism in everything. Meanwhile, racism is everywhere. How am I going to be not angry when it's literally everywhere and it's affecting the people I love? Like, you know, how am I not going to be mad when my own blood that came from me can't even be safe and grow up without me having to worry about whether they're going to be discriminated upon in school, in kindergarten, in whatever? How am I not going to be angry about that? How did we get to a place where you are calling out racism is seen as anger? Instead of for you to be angry at the real racism and the real system, you're being angry that the people that are talking about it appear angry?
Yeah. That actually literally just blew my mind.
Like it literally, it blows my mind how people are so ignorant. And at this point, nobody can tell me, oh, I didn't know. I didn't know that black people are going to kill white people. Well, you know, the other day, Abina, I said, somebody said, oh yeah, if they are going to come for you, like a white guy on my YouTube said that when white people are going to kill all this, he used a word, I can't literally say it, like when you are not being loyal to your race. Okay, like he labeled me that I'm not loyal to my race. So when white people start killing all these people that I'm going to be among too. So I said, you know, at the end of the day, we are all dying anyway. So I don't know why people think that being dying is in any form of in any way something you can scare me with, and then as if you're going to walk into my house and kill me, you think I'm not going to fight your ass? Like and then is the anonymity of the internet that people be talking this kind of crap, and I'm like, okay, but if you really do have the guts, I mean, let's meet, let's talk these things over. I'll whoop your ass, and then you know what to talk about. Yeah, loyalty.
Yeah.
Oh, I have another daughter, Nina, by the way. This is her. Taste of Maria.
Oh,
She I hope you meet her.
this matters.
Maria, Tracy. What's up later? This is getting way too private. Yes, that's the point. I'm loyal to one race, the human race, because biologically there are no human
Oh,
races. That's what people don't want to understand. Had even we are different races, people like you wouldn't exist. Because
mhm.
how is white and black going to interpret if we are not one race, if the DNA
Exactly.
doesn't match?
Exactly. It's like, it's not like a dog and a donkey. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like we're part of the same species.
A dog and a donkey. Then what would be the outcome? A dog and a donkey. Donkey?
The donkey. A Hazel. Hund und Esel. Hazel. I don't know.
Hundese? But actually, that sounds like a dope animal to me.
I know, right? I don't know what. But see, that wouldn't work. A dog and a donkey would not work together. But like you said, like, we're all one race. We're part of one species. But because at one point, white people were the minority, and I don't
They
think
are
they
still.
like that. Yeah,
Plot
they were
twist, we are
exactly.
still, when you look at global inhabitants, white people are still the minority.
Hmm. But they weren't treated that way. And
Never, yeah.
you know what I mean? So it's like, then we go, obviously, like 8,000, what have they, white people been around for 8,000 years, I think
Yeah,
it is.
8,000 years, yeah.
It come down, and then they decided that they wanted to colonize the whole world because they've got this, I associate it with little man syndrome. You know what I mean? Like light skin syndrome, white skin syndrome. So now they feel like they have to, like, accumulate all this power because they know that they're actually a mutation. You know
Yes,
what I mean?
now,
Like, all
exactly.
white people
That's the
can't.
point. White people are
So
not indigenous
indigenous, yes.
anywhere in the world. Nowhere in the world, We just happen to be here. Like, we cannot claim any land that's literally ours, because the deeper you dig, the blacker humanity gets globally.
Yeah.
So that's the irony. Even in Germany, that's seen as a German country, even here, I don't know if you saw that studies. There was a studies, I think, in early 2019, where they showed the first British inhabitant was a dark-skinned, blue-eyed black man.
Hmm.
I don't know. I'm going to check for the link later. I can even see his face in my head right now, but I've forgotten. So they studied it, and he lived 10,000 years ago.
Yeah.
So white people
So
weren't even here at
I
that
saw this other
time.
study. Yeah, well, and I saw this other study because, like, blue eyes are a mutation. Like, one caveman back in the day had blue eyes, and then one was white. But if you really think about it, that one white person had to have slept with, like, his daughter, and then they had to have, you know what I mean? Like, in order to create,
Sweet
like, a
home
population.
Alabama.
Right?
Sweet home Alabama.
Exactly. And then they had to, like, interbreed with themselves, and then they had to interbreed with themselves. So, like, it, like, had to have came down in that way. Like, there's no,
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not gonna keep talking about it because I don't want to offend anyone. But, like, that's how, like, the
Well, anybody that's
race of
offended
white
by
people
this video,
started.
I'm anyway going to block them.
That's true.
But
But
usually when
like, it's like, that's how it happened. So
don't worry about white fragility. This is safe space to rant about white people here.
the safe space. Yes. But I just remember now it's like a thing on TikTok for, like, black women will, white women that are ignorant in their comments, they'll be like, "Shut up, you mutant." And then they'll get all offended, and they're like, "But it's true. You know what I mean? This is how you came about to be.
Of course
Like,
it's
you wouldn't
true.
be white if."
The thing is, I wonder, okay, if you are confident and you love yourself, and somebody would tell you, okay, you have 2% Neanderthal DNA, why does that offend you? Why? Why are you offended?
That's true.
What's the point? I mean, if you love yourself, your genetics shouldn't bother you. But it does bother them because they look down on other ethnicities, other species, than that's lesser white because they think white is in any way some kind of superior one thing. You know, they can be uncomfortable for a second, more than a second, more than a second, a decade even.
Someone
The
said,
problem
"Could you
is that,
save this? Because her internet is down." I guess post it as an IGTV later. Yeah.
yeah, I'm going to post it. I think it's an hour or
Okay.
something like that.
That's just what
We've been
Miss
offended and
Bree
uncomfortable.
Bixena.
Yeah, could you save this live, please?
Yeah.
My Wi-Fi is down. Yeah, I will. Don't worry, I will save it. I will save it on my IGTV. You see what this Manifest Kitchen is saying? Girl, they can be uncomfortable for a second. We've been uncomfortable and offended all our lives.
That's true.
Exactly. Not even
Period.
all our lives, for like 576 years. So can you please be offended even if it's a decade? Can you calm down first? Because the first step as a white person to realize that you're going the wrong way is offense. Because I keep saying that, damn, I was a
Yeah.
Karen. Girl, I was a Karen. I was a Karen. I'm not even lying. I was like, yes, I was thinking, I don't see color. We are all the same. You know, racism has
Okay.
been long ago, slavery, blah, 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 all this bullshit. I was like, really, I really did believe that.
Yeah. But
But
you
I
can't help
still
that. That
made
was
it.
rooted in you.
Yes, now that's the
You
point.
know, like that's what
That's
you
why I
learn.
know exactly what to say for white people to think otherwise. And I'm going to keep hammering on it because white people listen to white people first, which is racism, like I said earlier. But well,
Yeah. And actually, I've seen lots of posts like that where like black people were like, I'm done trying to educate white people. You know what I mean? Like, there's enough white people that know the truth. And it's like, we're passing the baton to the allies, like they like to call them. You know what I
yeah,
mean? Like,
the
it's your
allies.
job to educate white people, you know? So, I mean, I don't know. I'm half white, so I guess I can partake in that.
Hey, if Nina agrees, and Nina, she said I need to get on a live with you, Nicole. Manifest Kitchen. Then Nina can come out, you can come in, then we can
Yeah,
talk.
absolutely. Yeah. I did this on accident anyways.
Okay, no problem.
Yeah.
Then I see you next week, right? You're coming over next week.
Yes.
And mac and cheese.
You're making mac and cheese?
Now you are making mac and cheese.
I'll make mac and cheese. I'm the person. I gotta bring it on Thanksgiving. I don't trust nobody else with it. So yes, ma'am. I will.
Okay, no problem. Thanks for being here.
Bye.
Love you.
Love you.
Okay, so I don't know if you're still here. You can come in now. I'm going to accept you. But while she's gone, what I was trying to say is the comments made me uncomfortable. Oh, she said not today. Oh my God, girl. Okay, another day. You can inbox me anyway. What I was trying to say to cut the long story short, the comments on the video where some comments were like, oh, she's putting her nose into black people's business and whatever. So I definitely want to clear this up. If you believe that, then why don't you ask, or why don't you tell me whenever racism, white privilege, and white supremacy became a black issue? If you really believe that I'm putting my nose into black people's business, why don't you tell me when exactly did these things become black issues? Last time I checked, racism is a white invention, white supremacy is a white invention, white privilege is a white invention. Damn, every bullshit in this world is a white invention. Even colonialism is a white invention. So whenever I talk about these things, of course, I cannot skip black people in talking about this because apparently you are the ones we are oppressing. So when I talk about our oppression, I can't leave the oppressor out of the picture. But at the same time, I've never in my life sat down here and I'm like, hi, black people, or dear black people, you know, how white people like to address black people. They're like, hi, black people. I have not, because that's not my place. I'm not justifying myself because if you go through my content, I think it's very self-explanatory. But at the end of the day, I think I still owe the people that read those comments an explanation because I absolutely, definitely never did and never will talk about Black people in that way. Um, the things I talk about, ironically are directed to white people. But the problem is that mostly, not the problem, the thing is that most Black people share my content because they can relate to what I'm saying because they've experienced what I'm saying all their lives. So it's not even, I mean, you don't expect white people to be like, oh, she called us out for being racist. Let's share her content. That's not happening. So, which doesn't mean I will stop saying it. I will still say it anyway. But the irony is that Black people share my content is not within my power. I cannot be like, I'll put this video on Facebook or on YouTube or whatever, and I'm like, Black people, please don't share it. Because those Black people have white neighbors, sometimes even white family members, white spouses, white co-workers, white bosses. And you don't ever know who listens to me and will be like, shit, for a white person to say this, there might be some truth in it. And then that person, in the ideal case, will now go and do their research and then change their mindset and change their behavior and start teaching another white person. And this is how, this is how it keeps going. This is how, with time, hundreds of years, probably generations to come, one day the system of racism is going to be dismantled because, like I said before, every system is designed to fall one day. No system is ever going to withhold the power of the people. That's not happening because as Black people are informing themselves and realizing what white people have done to them, white people are also realizing what we've been doing to Black people. Even if they are silently realizing it, they still do. I mean, there's this experiment Jane Elliott did where she said she was in a room full of white people and she said, okay, if you want to be treated the way society treats Black people, raise your hand. Not a single white person raised their hand. Why? Because they know what's going on. Every white person knows what's going on. So it's not a matter of not knowing or not being empathic or whatever. Is a matter of, do you have the guts to talk or you don't have the guts to talk? I know that not everybody is going to put themselves on the internet and talk about these things and reach hundreds, sometimes even thousands of people. But once you know and you keep silent, you've chosen the side of the oppressor and then you're automatically guilty. So, but once you know and you go out there and teach your fellow white people, that starts in the school of your children, in your work environment, in your neighbors, in your families. Damn, so many white people have blatant racists in their families. We all know the image of the racist uncle, the racist auntie that definitely don't want their child to end up with a Black person. We all know them. We all know them. So if you allow their behavior go uncalled, you've chosen the side of the oppressor. Racism isn't going around running around calling Black people the N-word. You don't need to do that to be racist. That's why I said every white person on planet Earth is racist. And I am never, ever excluding myself. I don't know where the hell y'all get that from. I've never for one day excluded myself. I've never for one day said, hi, I'm Nicole. I'm a good white person. You can trust me. No. If you're Black, and this is the only time I talk to Black people, question the white people around you. It is very healthy and you're right to question white people around you in any whatever position they are into. Everyone knows what they believe, that it's the system changed. There will be a loss for power and privilege. Yes, definitely. That definitely is the fear of. Also, I believe that white people are afraid of Black people's revenge. Definitely, because they know what we've done and what we are still doing to Black people, especially what we've been doing and what we're still doing to the motherland. And they know and they are afraid of Black people waking up, uniting globally. I mean, like both the ones in the diaspora, the one in the motherland, the one in America, in the islands, Russia, anywhere where Black people are. Just imagine all Black people globally will unite and become one. Black people have power that they don't, I'm not sure if they know. Many Black people don't know the power that actually lies in the unity of, wait. Oh, okay, you said hi. Hi, Black Beauty Lena. Hello. Thanks for teaching me, Nicole. Really appreciate. Girl, I don't even see myself as somebody that teaches or whatever. Actually, I'm a student, guys. I'm a student. I'm learning from Black people. Like I said earlier, it's Black people that are teaching me, and then the only thing I'm literally doing is just repeating what they're telling me. So this is like honestly the barest of bare minimums. Like I don't deserve to be praised for that. No white person, even if I was to blow up and CNN will invite me, which we know is not going to happen. But I'm just saying, because white people don't invite white people that are going to call out white people for being racist. We know that. But even if it will get to that extent, I still don't deserve to be praised. Because just like, see now, none of you will go and praise policemen, doctors, teachers. None of you will go to a teacher and be like, wow, you're teaching well, you know. In opposite of that, if they don't teach well, you call them out for that because they're like, your job is being a teacher. Why are you not doing your job well? So the bar for white people is so damn low that anytime you see someone like me that speaks out against our fellow white people, you're like, wow, that's different. Wow, that's because black people have gotten so used to white people being unapologetically have been gotten so used to white people being racist without being sorry for it. We need to unite and rise because as soon as we do that, all our resources from Africa will be appreciated and us black people should regain our continent and minerals. Yeah, absolutely. You made me realize that we as black people have been accepting nonsense, not praise, but just respect for doing the right thing. Thank you. I do see you and I do appreciate the love you show me. That please don't get me wrong. I'm not saying I'm not complaining. I'm not, like I said earlier, I'm not an ungrateful asshole. I don't want this to be put in the wrong context, but I'm just saying, also, I don't think that black people have accepting nonsense. I think because it's very, very difficult to break out of a system that's been existing for like 6 or 7 generations already. You know, it applies to so many layers of society because if you think black people have been oppressed ever since 1444. Okay, let's just use that number. It literally happened before that, but that's when I know I stand to be corrected, of course, that the first slave ships from the Western Coast of Africa to America took off in 1444. So, sorry. So that's literally when history of oppression started. I'm sure that there was oppression before because, of course, that's just when the slave ship took off. But of course, the slave have to be captured. Africans have to be captured and turned into slaves before that act could have been could have happened. You know, so but let's use that year as an instance. If we are going by that year, we are at 576 years of oppression of white people over black people, and this is not something that you can just undo, correct, or relearn, unlearn in the blink of an eye. It's going to take generations. Most of all because the system of oppression is so strong and so connected globally that literally every white country you go to is the same oppression black people face. That's why it's not something about accepting nonsense. It's literally something about like not having a choice. Or do you think if black people had the choice to end the system of oppression tomorrow, they would be like, oh, no. Of course they will. Of course they will, you know. What do you think would have happened if African Americans decided to move back to Africa? Africans were taught the correct history, unlike everyone else around the world. Oh no, absolutely. Africans weren't taught correct history. The history Africans were taught was literally written, of course, not everywhere because, you know, Africa is a giant continent with 54 different countries, thousands of languages, different tribes, everything is very unique. But at the end of the day, every country in Africa that was colonized was given the history of the slave master. You know, there is this saying, the winner always writes the story. And this is so, it hits the nail on the head in Africa more than anywhere in the world. Because when I look at what my family in Nigeria, what they've learned in school, I'm like, wait, what? You know? Then I'm like, you don't even need to go to Africa. The whole world literally thinks Columbus discovered America. The whole world thinks that. It's not an American thing. Columbus is known as the person that's discovered America. So just to tell you how deeply brainwashed, whitewashed, and disgusting disgustingly twisted history really is. Oh well, yeah. That's the depth of it. That's the depth of whitewashing history. Because like white people went, there was a documentary I once saw on I think it was Phoenix or something like that, one German channel like that. They had white scientists going to Egypt, ancient Egypt, and literally you saw that, should I say it? You saw that cracker in the desert of Egypt, sitting on a pyramid, having the caucasity to say, he was with the mic like this. Oh, well, at this point, we don't know who built the pyramids. We are not sure if probably an alien invasion could have built the pyramids because they are that old and human civilization is not that old. I was like, I was here. I was like, what the fuck did he just say? I was like, no. He didn't just go there. He didn't just say that. White people literally came up with the idea that an alien invasion could have built the pyramids before these motherfuckers go and give black people credits. And you tell me I shouldn't call out white people for racism. No. I personally don't know why African Americans are afraid to come to Africa. 2000 was the year of return. Only a few of them. Okay. This is the point whereby I cannot talk about it because neither am I black nor am I African American. But from my perspective as a white woman, I think why many African Americans find it hard to come to Africa. Okay, first of all, they were born, bred, and raised in America. This is their home. This is where everything they know is America. We are not talking about their parents came from Africa. We are talking about their great, 6, 7 generations ago, where maybe they were among the ones that came from Africa as migrants, because the notion that black people came to America only through slavery is a blatant lie. It is not true. It is far from true. It is giving white people credit for even slavery. Even black people, white people twisted history to an extent that they give themselves credit for slavery, for bringing black people from Africa to America. That's bullshit. Mansa Musa traveled to Africa long before Columbus even swam in his dad's balls, honestly speaking. So that, and up to today, Mansa Musa remains the richest man in human history. Not Steve what? Bill what? Is an African. It is an African. Also, the oldest university in the world is in Mali, in Timbuktu. These are things white people don't want Africans to take credit for and don't want Africans to take pride in. So I think saying African Americans should return to Africa is I think the ice is very thin when you're saying that, because return is something that maybe their parents migrated from Africa to America and then they want to go and return. So I think return in that sense is difficult to say because they grew up in America. They were raised in American society. They are used to many things that, for example, in Nigeria, the light is not always constant. You need to have a borehole to have access to flowing water in some parts of the country. So like in Abuja, things are so westernized and anybody can literally feel home there if you like it. So, but returning is a term that I think could be easily triggering, and I think an African American person could easily be hurt and offended when you tell them that, because the white man literally took their roots away. It's not. Do you think that if majority of African Americans, and if you're African American and you're watching this, please comment. It's here. Comment. Talk. Like, do you think if African Americans had an exact connection to where they came from, they wouldn't have made efforts to go and explore their roots since? I mean, and do you know how many really do? I mean, how many African Americans have taken ancestry tests to find out where they come from, and then their ancestry test comes back and they're like 30% Cameroonian, 30% Nigerian, 30% Ghanaian, 10% Senegalese. Then where do you want them to go to? To go to Cameroon, go to Nigeria, go to Ghana, and then go to Cameroon? And then they've traveled to 4 different countries, experienced 4 different lifestyles altogether, because even in those countries, the cultures are still different depending on the tribe you're traveling to and the part of the country you're traveling to. So saying that, why have they not made effort to come to Africa? Not telling you what to do, but to me, that's a very insensitive statement that should not be said. Because why are they not returning? Because the white man prevented them from returning. Wait. Because we are taught that Africans would not accept us. This is another lie altogether that blows my mind. It blows my mind because, like I said, I've been to Nigeria countless times, and my husband's cousin was actually born and raised in America, and he later returned, and he was like, if you see how our family gathered around him, oh, do you need this? Do you need this? Come, let me go and show you. They love their fellow Africans. Because to me, there is a term, unfortunately I forgot who said that. An African once told me that African Americans and Africans in the Caribbean, Black people in the Caribbean, they are like extended family. They are like your cousins overseas because they belong to Africa. They belong to Africa. They are children of the motherland. So it's not, no saying African, and I'm not sure if there is anybody like that. No sane African I've ever met hates African Americans. I've never seen that. Never in my life have I seen that. We were taught that Africans think African Americans would be outsiders and that you wouldn't want us. Also, we were taught all of Africa was hot and desert, no running water, etc. Yeah, I think it was a way to keep us from thinking it was a possibility to return. Yeah. You can choose any country to live in Africa. I understand what you're saying with your statement. So far as you're Black, you are African, you can choose any country you live in Africa. But it's not about, I don't think it's about really choosing a country. I think it's about having the feeling of belonging. Because if an African American now goes to Tunisia, do you think they will feel free in Tunisia? Tunisians are bloody racist. The fair-skinned, the pale-skinned Tunisians are reproducing racism like no others. Same with Moroccanians, Algerians, Egyptians. Wherever you see the pale-skinned North Africans, some of them even claim that they are not Africans, that they are Arabs. So this is not a place to turn to for an African American that looks for his roots or her roots in Africa. This is actually a very dangerous mission because they will feel like a tourist. And I'm sure they will have a good time, but this is not feeling home. You know, I think when African Americans would like to return to Africa, I'm pretty sure that they would like to look for a place where they feel home. And it's a fact that historically, most of the Africans that were turned into slaves were captured from the western part of Africa, like meaning Cameroon, Nigeria, Benin, Togo, Ghana, Senegal, Sierra Leone, even parts of Mali, Gambia, you know, all that area. So, like I said before, I'm not in a position to talk, but I don't think anybody should be telling any African American at all that they have not made any effort to come back, because absolutely it can never be that easy. It's not that easy. So I think if it was that easy, they would have done it long ago. Why is there a question? Somebody wrote, oh, Eminent me wrote, good evening, Nicole. Why do you love the Black race this much? Oh, first of all, I don't fancy the word race, but, and it's funny when people say, oh, you talk about racism a lot, you love Black people. I love people regardless, you know. I love people in general, unless they are racist white people. But the thing is that my family they are all Black people, you know. His parents, his cousins that embraced me all my life have always been Black. Ever since I was like 13 years old, I've always been embraced by Black people first. When I was in trouble, when I was in pain, when I felt lonely, it was always a Black person that embraced me, even before I met my husband. So I can't really tell you, because there are people that are stupid of any nationality or any skin color. So, but at the same time, um, I wouldn't really say it's love. I want justice, not even justice. I want equity for Black people. I want, because at the end of the day, we all came from the Black woman, we all came from the Black woman. So it hurts me as a human being. I don't even need to, the color doesn't even make any difference in that case. I want a human being to have all the damn rights a human being has to have. I want, it's not supposed to be the way it is. The system is not supposed to be the way it is. I have all the people that have ever shown me true love and true affection and have claimed me and given me a feeling of home and belonging. They were always Black. So when you ask me why do you love Black people so much, is because Black people loved me first. And when I was at my lowest, it was a Black man that came into my life, and I'm sorry, and that showed me that I'm worthy, and loved me unconditionally, and does up to today. So it's not even for the love of the people, it's for what the Black woman has been through. It's not, I cannot sit here and knowing fully well that humanity wouldn't be humanity if not for the Black woman. And then I see how she's being treated in society because of people like me, and then I will not talk about it. It's not possible. I'm not that kind of cold person. When I see injustice, I want to make a change. So it's not necessarily the love, is what the Black woman and Black people in general have gone through, because people like me set up a system on her back, gave me benefits and privileges I neither deserved nor ever asked for. So the people that love me the most and that I love the most are Black, and it's only common sense for me to want their possible best. Yeah. Can you please make a video about your journey as a white person becoming aware of the truth? Oh, damn. I would definitely put that into consideration. That's something, that's such a sensitive topic. I've screenshotted it though. It's such a sensitive topic because uh, I find it difficult to see what people go through. Oh, hold on. Was that intentional or was that a mistake?
Oh,
Okay, that was a mistake. So it now I forgot what I said. Hello, everybody, by the way. Who are you guys? I mean, can you still hear me? Lena, ich wusste, dass du das gesehen hast. Ah, believe me, 50 Africans live better life than African Americans. Ooh, that's deep. That's deep. That notion that Africans are poor and live in huts and and don't know what to do with their life. This is just it's so ironic that then I saw houses in Nigeria that I've never even seen in the capital of Germany. I've seen houses in Nigeria from the inside. I've seen houses in Nigeria that I was afraid to walk on the floor because it was that expensive. I've been to houses in Nigeria, the floor was polished. There was, I was like, I can't sit down here because because what this chair you're asking me to sit down in costs more than all the money I've ever made in my life. The notion Black people, the notion white people have about Black people in Africa being poor, it's rooted in racism, of course, because how you portray your victims or the person you're trying to oppress is exactly the position that puts you in power. That's also when you look at America, and many rich black men marry white people, and then the society is trying to make us believe that black men prefer white women over black women. That's a blatant lie. Like, that's such a big lie. I think, I'm not sure, I've once read a statistics that 87% of black men in America marry black women. So the remaining 10% or 13% is just what the media shows us, but that's not reality. That's how to keep the black family oppressed, and that's also how to further keep pressing the destruction of the black home and the destruction of the black family. Because, if a strong black woman and strong black man um, come together and have children, who are these children going to be? They are going to be future leaders. So how do you prevent that from happening? And then you bring in a white parent, mostly a white woman, that is going to, like, kind of in most cases, because we are ignorant like that, water down that importance of black people in the world. And there you have it. There you have the destruction of the black family. So this the pushing of interracial marriages, the way the media portrays it, does also help with erasing the black family. I mean, it is what it is. Oh, Janet. Hi. Janet, by the way, for those of you that don't know, Janet is my sister. She's my husband's cousin. We are family. So she's one of the people I talked about earlier. So when I sat down here, I said, let me just quickly say this, get this off my chest. And now, how long have I been here? An hour? Can I somehow see the time? Oh my God. More than an hour. Either way, if anybody wants to watch it, they'll watch it. If not, I just really wanted to make this point very, very clear, because the last thing I have ever had in mind is talking about black people's business. I will not. I didn't. Oh, I love you too. So I guess this being said, I didn't know that there's a question button here. I'm actually impressed. I'm trying to read your comments. I'm sorry. Okay. What were you saying about the journey video? Yeah, I'm going to do it. Damn, I'm going to do it. What is there? I've spoken about this actually before, but not like not like that. Because, you know, I'm an emotional uh I don't know, in Germany we say emotionales Wrack. Literally means somebody is like so emotional that I cry easily, like very, very easily. So although I'm going to definitely talk about it, because like I told you before, like I said before, I was really a very, very ignorant person, and I used to think that all these things been long ago and it doesn't matter now. And then I started realizing things, and I was like, oh, wow, this is wrong. You have to do something about that. And now I can't unsee it again, obviously. I mean, anybody that realizes it once and it can still unsee it again later, that person doesn't have a mind, doesn't have a conscience. Because there's nowhere in hell you can see what's going on and then still turn around and act like it never happened. If you can do that, damn, I don't trust you one bit. In fact, if you do that, you're burning in hell. Oh, I just waved at somebody. But I guess I've said it all. 64 minutes. Nina, if you're still watching this, then you caused it. But yeah, I guess I've made my point more than clear. More than clear. But maybe I might still repeat it. Hey, you! How are you, darling? How have you been? Um, so I guess, however, I really wanted to emphasize that this is absolutely not being ungrateful. If I came across as such, then please forgive me. That was never my intention. I just wanted to be like, this applies to everybody, by the way. Like if you're black and you have white friends or white family members and they go and be like, oh, Black Lives Matter, don't praise them. They don't deserve it. Like literally, no white person deserves that. Because how can somebody create a system first and then let even their descendants reap the benefits of that system? And then you tell the descendants that they are doing good by speaking out against that system in the first place. Meanwhile, that's the bare minimum. That's what you expect everybody to do. Like this, by the way, this also applies. I've spoken about this on my YouTube. Why there are no allies? There are no allies. White people can never be an ally, not to black people, not to any other movement. This applies to the LGBTQ plus movement. If you're a human being, a white human being, you are never an ally. Never. Because when you stand up for what's wrong, then you're doing what a human being is supposed to do. You are being a decent human being. You're not being anything special. And the moment you emphasize that you're being an ally because you're speaking out against the system we created, you are literally doing as if that is in any way something special. You're emphasizing your privilege because you're speaking out is something like, do I want to? I don't want to. But it's something, is your duty. You're supposed to do that. I remember my mom told me a long time ago, white people that go to protest, they're just doing it for clout. I'm telling you, 95% of these people that, like last year, that were going to the Black Lives Matter protests, they were just there because they had time. They don't actually care. Even if they think they care, they don't care to an extent of making a change in society, because maybe they care in a way of, oh, my best friend is black, I'm not racist, but that's not enough. Like there's so much deeper than that. If it was that easy, we would have solved this issue long ago. But here in 2021, we are still here. And the way I see things going in 2300, we are still going to be here if white people don't make a change. Because this is not a black person's fight. This can never be a black person's fight. This is a white person's problem. Exactly. Oh my God. Yes. Yes. They will literally wear their best clothes, be all fancy and shit, do their hair, go and protest, hold up a sign, no justice, no peace. And they think they have done their duty as white people. Ah, if I see them, they run out my blood pressure. It doesn't even add up at all. Also, I don't know who came up with that no justice, no peace bullshit. How can you, after 576 years of enslaving, colonizing, thank you, colonizing, white, black, raping, killing, oppressing, stealing, every everything, and then you will be talking about justice? What kind of justice are you going to bring upon black people that will in any way add up to what we've done to them? Like, how can we be talking about justice at this point? Like, how? Breonna Taylor was murdered in her own house. George Floyd was murdered because somebody kneeled on his neck for 9 minutes. How are you talking about justice? There is no justice. There is no justice. The only way we can still make a change is radically on-whitewashing the history, on-whitewashing the system, and removing these white privileges from the skin that's attached to this type of skin. Many of them are now turning their backs on us. Yeah, I'm aware of that. This is this, and it's booming. It's still booming. You know, it's booming. White people, they jump on it. Just like, I don't know if you've seen it, the TikTok, the fufu trend on TikTok. I was mad. I was mad. You will not believe it. The way some white people ate that fufu and spat it out and were like, ew, it's so disgusting. Fufu wasn't made for your mayo ass cracking intense stand in the first place. Leave black people and their food alone, for crying out loud. And this is how every movement, just like when white people stormed the Capitol, some of these crackers wrote in Facebook, that terrorist that got shot while she was trying to break into the chambers of the Capitol, Ashley Babbitt, or whatever the hell she was called, was shot. Somebody used the hashtag say her name on her picture. I was furious. This was a movement that black women came up with to honor that died during police brutality, to remember them, to create awareness, and then you go and appropriate that hashtag for a terrorist that stole the Capitol. Hi, Isa. This is the highest form of, I don't even know what to call it. It's not cultural appropriation. Is it what kind of appropriation is that? I don't even know. There's not even any name for that yet. So, and this is something that we've been doing since. We've been doing this for decades, for centuries. So what makes you think that we are going to change anytime soon? That's the thing. I mean, when I talk to black people, the only time I will talk to black people is like, stay the hell away from the average white person, to keep your own sanity, to be safe. I feel like resources that black women created, white women would definitely steal it. They've done that. Did white women not start laying their edges now? They started laying their edges, not even, I don't know. Nobody, no white person was laying their edges 5 years ago, not even one. But now, with the, TikTok is booming and black women are laying their edges. You see all these white women laying their edges. What are you laying your edges for? You don't have curly hair. You don't have afro hair. You don't need, you lay your, like, okay, let's talk about the edges, okay? This is more than, I don't know, maybe it's new growth. I've had this topic before. I don't know. Maybe this now, okay? How you start laying these edges and you be like, you do turn it like this and turn it like that and then start laying your edges. You look stupid. You look stupid. I think a lot of stuff is staged somewhat to create chaos and division. So yeah, everything is just messed up. Yeah, of course, everything is staged. So many things are staged because white people are using that false reality. Like I said earlier, Isa, you weren't in the life as I said that. This is another thing that was staged. The impression that black men in America marry only white women or marry mainly white women. So this is staged. It's staged bullshit. That is not even true. I love the fact that they are now wearing bonnets and braids. It's so annoying. Oh, they've been wearing braids for a long time. For a long time. Even I had some time. I had very, very long hair. Like my hair was like all the way down to my waist. So, and I use a band and tie them up like this and put it like this. So they started breaking. The length of the hair started breaking. So I told my friend about it. She was like, get a satin bonnet. So I was like, what's a satin bonnet? Because how will I know what a satin bonnet is? She was like, it's a bonnet you put on your head that has satin inside that will prevent your hair from breaking. So I was like, okay. I bought a satin bonnet in Nigeria and I wore it and it was tight on me. It was warm. I wasn't really, it wasn't for me because I'm not used to it. And I have no hair now. Now my hair is short now. So it was helping with my hair actually. When they are wet, when I wash them and later put them in the bonnet, I felt like they felt less frizzy because I use the bonnet in the night when I sleep, but I couldn't. I was like, fuck the frizz, let me have frizzy hair at the end of the day. It is what it is. But The bonnet was actually so pretty that I felt like wearing it like an accessory, but I looked stupid as hell. So I don't even know. Just like that girl you tagged me on the other day. Can you remember Waffles Only Sis? That white girl you tagged me on in TikTok, and she was like all over her own this thing with straight ass hair, as in like hair straight, like straight. And she was like, "I'm wearing a bonnet because I have really nappy hair." No, you're wearing a bonnet because you're trying to appropriate black culture. If you're racist, just say that. I mean, if you're culturally appropriating black culture, just say that. Hi, Elsie. Exactly. See, we were just talking about the same thing. Exactly, that's the girl I was talking about. They all do it at my school. I said, what do you mean? Oh, staging things? French girls layer their edges? Since when? No, French people don't layer their edges. No white person layers their edges before black people showed them that they layer their edges. Not even a single white person layers. When the only time when we okay, oh, what she said, am I true? Okay, so they do it like this, huh? So if I want to do like you see this, huh? Right? This and this. And as you can see, it looks incredibly stupid. So if I was to tie my hair up now, like this, I will look like this, like I ruffled some feathers, yeah? So what they do is they use like a gel and do put it like this, and then even use a comb, do the comb like this so that it will become slick and it will rhyme with the rest of the hair. And then do the same thing here too. So it will literally be like this. Don't know if you can see it. It will literally be like this. Shit. Can you still hear me? It will literally be like this. So this is when maybe they put a gel on it and then use the comb and brush it back, and then it will be very smooth and it will rhyme with the rest of the hair. But laying edges in a way of black women are doing it the way you have these beautiful waves, and some even use it in a way of art. Like I've seen black women doing it, it looks so beautiful, and then we don't do that. We've never done that. Don't let them deceive you. We've never done that. Yeah. Yeah, no, we don't do that. It's That's not true. Black women started laying their edges, not started, it was started becoming popular on TikTok. That is why the first edges was the one was straight and curly. Yeah. I don't know if you saw it some time ago when I put my hair in a bun, and this hair couldn't I couldn't put it in a bun. Some of this here, like this, yeah. I couldn't put it in a bun. So I was like, I put on my TikTok, what am I going to do with this? I look stupid. Help. So somebody said, why don't you try like a pomade or something and put the pomade on the hair and then do the hair like kind of like this, you know, and then the pomade will now dry. And that's what I did. And it turned out very nice. It was actually working. But laying edges is not something that we've ever done before we saw that black people did it. Just like so many other things. Just like white boys are now wearing durags and having weaves. No. Yeah, yeah, just like box braids. They are not made for our hair. I know that because I've worn box braids before, back in my Karen days, when I used to think there's only a hairstyle and all that. But even today, I've said that in another video, when we travel to Nigeria, and in Nigeria, like I don't know if it's like that in every tribe in Nigeria, but in my husband's family, they're Igbos. So when it's Christmas approaches, the girls and the women of the family, they go and do their hair and they call it Christmas hair. So usually it is braiding they do. Sometimes they do like weaving and all that, but usually they go and braid their hair. So when I'm there, I'm one of the women in the family. I also go and braid my hair because it's what everybody in the family does. And I know my sister-in-law, if I would tell her, oh no, I can't braid my hair because it's not my culture, she will literally ask me if I'm okay. Because in that moment, I'm in her country, I'm in her family, and this is her culture. And just like wearing native Nigerian clothes, when I go to Nigeria and we attend family meetings or we attend weddings, I also wear Nigerian clothes that I will not do here if we are not, unless we are attending a Nigerian event in Germany or something, or an African event, then I'll still wear Nigerian clothes. But wearing it randomly like that is not right because it's not our culture, and it has significance for Africans, just like the kente material in has so much significance for Ghanaian people, and then you see white people just wearing it anyhow because they don't even know what it means. Meanwhile, every kente represents a certain happening in their lives. The fact that they colonized African traditional dance twerking is sad. Oh, don't even let me get started on that one. It's just pathetic. The way TikTok is showing and exposing white people culturally appropriating black people is just alarming. It's absolutely alarming. And then when you see the comments and you're like, but it's just dance moves, but it's just hair, but it's just clothes, but it's just food, blah blah blah. See, what I'm about to say, I know somebody's going to say, blah, don't talk like that. White people, white women, they want black dick, but they don't want black struggle. They don't want black struggle. Just like white women, they like being black until it's time to be black, until it's time to be pulled over from the police, then they don't want to be black anymore. Yeah, that's the thing, Elsie, but in that moment when I travel to their country and I visit my own family, I don't feel it's right to tell them, okay, you can all like 3 years back we had a Thanksgiving in our family, and even my sister-in-law from America came back and they all sewed uniforms. Like all the men wore the same clothes, same material, all the women wore the same. So how am I going to sit up here and be like, okay, I'm part of this family, I'm not going to wear your clothes? That's not possible. In that moment, I belong to them, no matter if I have a different skin color, and then it has something to do with respect. Wearing the same thing the other women in the family wear too. Also, my co-wife, my brother-in-law's wife, we all wore the same clothes. So she's also married into the family. So I cannot be like, oh, I'm not going to wear it because I'm white. It doesn't matter in that moment, but it matters when you come and take these clothes to Germany and a black woman is seen as unprofessional, or why is she wearing this kind of clothes, and she doesn't get a pass, but you as a white person get a pass because it's seen as cool and it's seen as trendy and whatever when you wear it, but it's a problem when black people wear it. So that's exactly the whole thing. This video is long, so I'm going to leave you guys alone now. I just wanted to make my point clear. I'm sorry that it got this long. That was actually not my intention, but the topic is very sensitive and it's very deep, and I absolutely understand that some black people, when they see me talking, they're like, oh, she can be trusted, or be careful with her. That's your right. You are right doing that. No white person deserves your trust anyhow. Every white person should prove their trust to a black person and prove that they are worthy of being trusted, because I don't believe black people should ever give any white person in general trust without questioning their intentions or their motivations or whatever, because we've shown in history that we are not worth um, being trusted. We are absolutely not worth it. So if I want a black person to trust me, I have to prove that I'm worthy their trust over and over and over again. And even at that point, if they still say, shit, no, I'm not going to trust you, they are right in doing that. That's their right. So leave them the hell alone. If you're white and a black person doesn't want to trust you, don't blame them for not trusting you. Blame the system for making it for doing it like that. Blame the system for hurting black people up to today. Don't complain to black people for not trusting you or for being angry about racism. Be angry about racism. Be angry at yourself and at our fellow white people for doing and having done and still doing what we've been doing. Wow. So I'm going to save this live. I don't know if you have 90 minutes to spare and you want to watch me talking all this crap, then go ahead. if you've gotten to this place, and the people that watch me, thank you so much for listening to me. And I also all the people that came here. I love you guys all. I love all of you, each and every one of you. I am. Oh, you said I have my trust. Not me crying. Oh, Caro, ich liebe dich auch. Thank you for everybody that watched my live and that commented on that particular video. And I hope that I was able to clear things up. I'm still going to put it in the post just for clarification because I talked so damn much. But at the end of the day, thank you for listening and thank you for watching and thank you for being here. And please all be safe, especially all my brothers and sisters, because to me, if you're Black, I still see you as a brother and a sister. If you're in America, please be safe. Now that the 20th is approaching, please be safe. Stay home. Stay the hell away from the average white person. Be blessed, everybody. And I hope you're all good. And I hope Corona doesn't hit you guys that hard. And the last thing I hope is that this bullshit is over soon. And I love you too, Mrs. Waffles Only Sis. Bye, everybody.